We all know Nickelodeon for having great shows and amazing cartoons, but there's shows that Nick turned down, and later those shows went on to be successful on another network. Adventure Time is one of the shows that was rejected by Nick. Adventure Time has managed to get itself a cult fan base, so I'm pretty sure Nickelodeon regrets turning it down. The next one that got rejected was Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Personally, I'm not a viewer of this show, but I do know it has a loyal fan base. I only hear good things about this show, but I don't think Nick stays up at night regretting that they passed on this one. From the little that I know about the show, I can tell that it fits the Disney image more than Nick, so I feel like it ended up on the network that was meant for it. Ed, and Eddy was also rejected by Nick, but this one actually surprises me. This show fits the Nickelodeon mold, so I don't understand why they didn't pick it up. There are some reports that Nick didn't actually reject this show. Supposedly, Nick and Cartoon Network both made offers, but the creators decided to go with Cartoon Network. But it's up to you to decide which story you think is the truth. The Proud Family is another one that was rejected. I'm not a viewer of this show either, but I understand why people love it. It seems like it fits the molding for a Nickelodeon series, so I wonder why Nick didn't pick it up. Phineas and Ferb also got declined by Nick, but I actually think it would have garnered the same success on Nick that it later got with Disney. The concept of the show is good, and it's a show that you can drag on without getting repetitive. It could have been Nickelodeon's second SpongeBob. I do wonder who would have voiced Candace because Ashley Tisdale is a Disney star, so I don't think she would have voiced Candace if the show was on another network. Ashley is the perfect voice for Candace, so I just can't imagine someone else voicing the character. It's interesting to know Phineas and Ferb was actually rejected by Disney at first, but then they came back and greenlit the show. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is another one that was rejected. The creator Maxwell Adams pitched the show to Nickelodeon, but they turned it down due to the Grim Reaper character. Nickelodeon thought the show wouldn't be successful because of the Grim Reaper character. I guess it was just different times, because I don't think nowadays a network would care about a Grim Reaper. Super Y ended up on PBS, but it was originally pitched to Nickelodeon. Nick rejected it, but it's surprising because Super Y was co-created by two women who worked on Blue's Clues. But I guess Nick didn't care because they decided to go with Oswald instead. It's easy to look back on these shows and think Nickelodeon is crazy to pass on them. But let's put ourselves in their shoes. Some of these shows could have been pitched with a non-polished idea. To the network, it probably looked like the show wouldn't be successful, so they just passed on it. For some of the shows, you can say it was a blessing to get rejected by Nickelodeon, but maybe some of the shows would have actually done better on Nick. At the end of the day, Nickelodeon does use more mature plots in their shows and cartoons. A more mature plot allows a series to age better and allows someone who was a fan at a young age to continue being a fan as an adult. Let me know in the comments if there's any shows I didn't mention.